The electric vehicle landscape is rapidly changing as both technology and interest evolve, and the coming years will see many more EVs take to the roads, seas, and skies. In the US, electric vehicle sales have climbed by more than 40% a year since 2016. By 2035, the largest automotive markets will be fully electric, providing both a glimpse of a green future and significant economic opportunity. In today's video, we will be showing you the future of electric vehicle. Without further ado, let's begin. Electric vehicles offer an opportunity to replace fossil fuels in the transport sector. Electrification of the transport sector can also bring benefits in terms of increased energy efficiency and reduced local pollution. However, there are genuine concerns about meeting the future energy demand for charging electric vehicle batteries with clean and renewable sources. More importantly, the issue of long-term sustainability of electric vehicles is underscored by the supply risks of critical material resources used in the electric vehicle batteries. Extraction of some of these material resources are linked to significant environmental impacts as well as social and ethical issues. A foresight brief is developed by the UNU, or UNITAR S-Cycle Program, and UNEP IETC. It provides a snapshot of the recent developments in the electric vehicle sector. It highlights major challenges and opportunities in the mainstreaming of electric vehicles and in ensuring a sustainable supply of material resources, with a focus on the end-of-life management of electric vehicle batteries. The Foresight Brief also provides an overview of recent policy developments concerning the promotion of electric vehicles and the management of EO batteries. Finally, it offers policy recommendations for ensuring the long-term resource sustainability of electric vehicles. We are in the middle of the biggest revolution in motoring since Henry Ford's first production line started turning back in 1913. And it is likely to happen much more quickly than you imagine. Many industry observers believe we have already passed the tipping point where sales of electric vehicles will very rapidly overwhelm petrol and diesel cars. It is certainly what the world's big car makers think. Jaguar plans to sell only electric cars from 2025. Volvo from 2030, and last week, the British sports car company Lotus said it would follow suit, selling only electric models from 2028. And it isn't just premium brands. General Motors says it will make only electric vehicles by 2035. Ford says all vehicles sold in Europe will be electric by 2030, and VW says 70% of its sales will be electric by 2030. This isn't a fad. This isn't greenwashing. Yes, the fact many governments around the world are setting targets to ban the sale of petrol and diesel vehicles gives impetus to the process. But what makes the end of the internal combustion engine inevitable is a technological revolution, and technological revolutions tend to happen very quickly. The electric vehicle market is about where the internet was around the late 1990s or early 2000s. Back then, there was a big buzz about this new thing with computers talking to each other. Jeff Bezos had set up Amazon, and Google was beginning to take over from the likes of AltaVista, Ask Jeeves, and Yahoo. Some of the companies involved had racked up eye-popping valuations. For those who hadn't yet logged on, it all seemed exciting and interesting but irrelevant. How useful could communicating by computer be? After all, we've got phones. But the internet, like all successful new technologies, did not follow a linear path to world domination. It didn't gradually evolve, giving us all time to plan ahead. Its growth was explosive and disruptive, crushing existing businesses and changing the way we do almost everything. And it followed a familiar pattern, known to technologists as an S-curve. A decade later, there were still only a few hundred computers on the network, but the pace of change was accelerating. In the 1990s, the more tech-savvy started buying personal computers. As the market grew, prices fell rapidly and performance improved in leaps and bounds, encouraging more and more people to log on to the internet. The S is beginning to sweep upwards here. Growth is becoming exponential. By 1995, there were some 16 million people online. By 2001, there were 513 million people. Now there are more than 3 billion. What happens next is our S begins to slope back towards the horizontal. The rate of growth slows as virtually everybody who wants to be is now online. One constant in auto shows is the display of concept cars and prototypes. In prior years, the electric vehicle cars of the future often outnumbered the electric vehicles that were actually for sale at dealers. Electric pickup trucks like this Ford F-150 Lightning have much lower global warming emissions than comparable gasoline trucks, even when accounting for electricity generation and manufacturing emissions. However, most of the electric vehicles at the show were vehicles currently on sale and represented a wide range of vehicles. There are several crossover SUV models now available, such as the Hyundai Ioniq 5, VW ID.4, and Nissan Ariya. Automakers are also starting to make electric vehicles available in the pickup truck segment. Electrifying pickup trucks is important to reduce emissions because gasoline pickup trucks produce much more global warming pollution per mile driven compared to the average car. To be sure, this year, there were also electric vehicle prototypes on display, but most were vehicles that are slated to arrive for sale in the US in 2023 or 2024 rather than mere concepts. For example, General Motors display featured a fully electric pickup, Chevrolet Silverado, that goes on sale in the first half of 2023 for fleet customers, as well as two fully electric SUV models also slated for next year. The switch from gasoline to electric drive, of course, means new models, often with better performance and new features. But switching to electricity has also opened the door to new automakers, as complex engines with proprietary technologies are replaced with comparatively simpler electric motors and batteries. This year's auto show marked the debut of VinFast, which plans on starting deliveries of their fully electric SUVs to U.S. customers next month. New electric vehicle companies like Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, and VinFast mean new opportunities for car buyers to choose an electric vehicle for their next purchase, and will also likely push existing automakers to move quicker to electrify their offerings. Even with the progress we are seeing in the availability of electric vehicle models now, policies like the zero-emissions vehicle regulations are still important. While many automakers are bringing electric vehicle options to buyers today, some are lagging behind. For example, Honda, the fourth largest selling brand in California, does not currently have an electric vehicle offering. To ensure we reduce climate-changing emissions, we will need to see progress from all automakers. In California, 35% of all model year 2026 new cars will need to be zero-emission models, battery electric, plug-in hybrid, or fuel cell electric, increasing to 100% by 2035. Some automakers, like Tesla and Rivian, are already at 100% electric vehicle sales, and others like Volvo have pledged to go all-electric before 2035. However, having the ZEV regulation means that all automakers will have to soon ramp up their transition to electric vehicles. We saw the same pattern of a slow start, exponential growth, and then a slowdown to a mature market with smartphones, photography, even antibiotics. The internal combustion engine, at the turn of the last century, followed the same trajectory. So did steam engines and printing presses, and electric vehicles will do the same. In fact, they have a more venerable lineage than the internet. The first crude electric car was developed by the Scottish inventor Robert Anderson in the 1830s. But it is only in the last few years that the technology has been available at the kind of prices that make it competitive. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.